hello. Welcome to Wine the Flick. It's a very special Wednesday night here at the ArcLight Hollywood because we saw Justice League. Some of us are more excited about that than others. I'm Christy. This is a really close friend of mine, Adam Mendes. He and his wife Corey are a very close friend. We've known them for over 11 years. Our kids are friends. And Adam's a super nerd. As handsome and hunky and well-adjusted as Adam might appear on the outside, he's a super nerd and a Batman expert.
Like 80% nerd.
I had to bring Adam with me to see Justice League and find out what you thought. And clearly you liked it. Also, we're drinking real fast before we get into this. I'm having a glass of Cabernet. What are you having?
In honor of Bruce Wayne, a little scotch, drinking Glenlivet.
Okay. And Matt, as always, behind the camera, hello, is having a White Russian. Hello, Matt. We have new lights tonight. That's why we look even more gorgeous than usual. We have new lights tonight. So Adam, you like this more than I did. Please illuminate me as to why I'm wrong.
I think not liking that is like saying you don't like pizza.
No. If pizza's like dark and angry and like inscrutable.
Yeah, but I don't know. Watching that, it was like, I don't know. If you love comics, I think you know who Alex Ross is. Like, he did tons of cover art for just a multitude of comics, and this had the beauty of all the artwork that he did, but it gave you absolutely everything you wanted from a superhero movie. There was certainly like some weird parts, like I was kind of distracted by like all the CGI to get rid of the beard. Even like
beard?
Superman's beard, where I think they had to pay a ton of money to go in. I think he had a contract for another movie, so he had to have his beard in place while shooting this, so they had to go back and erase it for every scene that he was in.
See, I didn't see that.
It was a little distracting while watching it because it just looked a little soft during it. But
and he is square-jawed. Superman is square-jawed.
The best thing though, that was by far the most amazing Mercedes commercial I've ever seen.
Matt leaned over to me. He's like, "Justice League is brought to you by Mercedes."
Beautiful cars though. Beautiful.
Hi, Matt.
Quick gamer note: there is a car that we have seen in Gran Turismo. For those people that know that, that is the Mercedes that we see.
Thank you. The Mercedes Batmobile is pretty sweet. I will agree with you on that. So you were into it. It's 2 hours long. It's a Zack Snyder film.
Honestly, I could have gone for an extra hour.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing at some point you will get the director's cut.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
If you're good, Santa will give it to you. Yes.
Director's cut from who?
That's a good question,
that's right?
So
they had the exchange.
Right. So Zack Snyder gets the directorial credit on this. He's the only one. Who are we saying hi to? Oh, Greg. Hi, Greg. Hi, Greg. And but we know that he had to bow out of it. It was pieced together. Can you tell from watching this that it was pieced together by other people, or is there like a singularity of vision and tone?
I couldn't, but you're way smarter with this kind of
I
stuff.
couldn't tell either. Cause it looks like a Zack Snyder movie to me. It looks like Sucker Punch. It looks like 300. I don't mean that as a compliment. I mean that he's got a certain look to his films with the slow mo.
I could
and
watch
it's
that
like
movie every day for a while before getting sick of it. I mean, I got up from that seat smiling, and I was like, oh my god, you hated it, and I loved every second.
How did you know I hated it?
I was like, it's pretty amazing. I think in the beginning sequence too had like these tones of the 1989 Batman, where like one of the opening scenes he's got like this rooftop fight against the villain, and I was like, that just smells like Michael Keaton kicking ass on a rooftop.
I wish it were. And Danny Elfman did the score, and that first big, it's
little
like a big
homage
shootout. There's like a do kind of Danny Elfmanishness to it all. And he did, of course, the Batman score for that, which is still he is still my Batman. Michael Keaton is still my Batman.
Listen, you got a short Batman, that's my guy.
And a Batman who can act is your guy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So each person is his or her own thing, and there are so many of them that they don't ever get enough time to get developed as characters that you care about. Yes, I know they all have their own movies. I
think you're watching a completely different movie.
I think I was. And at times, I might have dozed.
How the hell is that even possible? Because even in the beginning,
it
goes to
nap.
an amazing sequence with a little homage back to the old Batman, then it jumps into like what was kind of like a cool music video during like the intro to it.
That's an excellent way to describe it, because I think a lot of Zack Snyder's movies look like music videos with like the reliance on the slow motion, and everything is like the contrast of the blacks and the whites, and like random stuff floating in the light. There's always like stuff floating around people.
I think, but at the same time too, if you're looking at it to be a different movie that's more of like a drama that's a little more real, then you're not going to find it. It's a superhero movie.
Right.
And you have to take it as that, and for that, it kicked ass.
No, and some of them I love. Like I love the new Thor. Thor Ragnarok. Have you seen the new Thor?
I have not.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
It's so fun, and it manages to balance big action sequences with characters that you care about and great dialogue and like great energy. And this is the DC movies tend to be heavy and more serious. And yes, there's the Flash. There's Ezra Miller will pop in with a quip here
you
and
didn't
there.
get teary-eyed at all at any point in that 2 hours.
Oh, was I supposed
That's
to have cried?
impossible.
Wait, was I supposed to have cried?
teary-eyed?
Wait,
No,
wait,
but it was
wait,
a little
when?
misty, not teary-eyed, but there's
But
some
when?
there's some couple scenes right there. I'm like, oh.
Can you tell me? I'm not even taunting
Can we
you.
say
I
that
really,
without ruining it?
Okay. Can you say it without ruining it?
Well, most of the scenes with Wonder Woman.
All right, wait. All right, hang on.
No.
Spoiler alert.
I wasn't gonna spoiler alert.
Brief spoilers.
I'm
We're hoping.
covering the microphone for a second.
If we can
What
talk
part?
about it to not spoil.
Oh well, I mean, you do have the scene where Superman's walking in the field towards his mom. That's like that's a
That's not a
sensitive one.
spoiler.
But then also,
Right.
they did a bunch of up shots of Gal Gadot's butt, and like that was also
There's
got
a
me right
lot.
here.
There's a lot.
I was like, oh, that was a total gratuitous butt scene. I'm like, that was just an upward
Yeah.
angle for no reason of her butt, and I was
There's
like,
a great appreciation.
it didn't go unnoticed, and it was appreciated.
Yeah, and leather pants. There's a lot of like shots of her from behind.
It's easier to
There's
move, and
some
it makes
leering.
sense.
There's
It
some
makes
leering
sense.
in them. It makes sense. I like it.
It's easier to fight crime with leather pants.
I loved Wonder Woman. I really did. And I was wowed with how it had characters that you cared about, and it also had action, and it also had this kick-ass superhero. This just felt like a bunch of moving parts doing noisy stuff, and then it was over. And by the way, I don't think Steppenwolf's a terribly great villain.
I would agree with that.
I mean, I know he's like
Yeah.
trying to destroy worlds. I'm a world destroyer.
Yeah, which I
Aren't
think is
they
like,
all
you've
world
seen that
destroyers?
before,
I mean,
yeah.
I didn't fear him, nor was he funny, nor was he interesting, nor was he compelling. Is he a guy that you know? Is Steppenwolf like a well-known guy?
There's some.
I mean, as a band, besides a band, I don't know. I just thought
You guys are killing me.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Okay, I have to jump in as the producer.
Ah,
Steppenwolf was part of the characters that show up with Darkseid and the New Gods that Jack Kirby did way back. So you get a little bit of the Jack Kirby era New God stuff that comes in. So that's where.
I told you, 80% nerd now. I'm being really like a more
Right.
just
No.
generalized
That's
nerd.
100%.
Right. Adam's super Batman, but Batman
Yeah.
doesn't really tangle with the New Gods, so it's okay.
I don't know.
Thanks for the free
anything.
pass. I appreciate that.
I don't know anything, apparently. But I did not find him formidable, and in theory, a movie like this has to work based on the tension and the conflict that kind of character creates. And he's
Yeah.
just like a noisy dude with horns
Well,
with
that
boxes.
I think even like the CG on his face and even his mouth was a little bit distracting. I think they probably spent too much money trying to cover up Superman's movie.
And then you
Didn't have enough to flow over to do that.
Right, and then you have actors who can really act, like Amy Adams, like Diane Lane, like really crewed up in two scenes, and it's a waste of all of them.
At the same time, too, I think when you see a lot of these superhero movies, the best one is usually the first one because you get like the whole character backstory and all that. And I think the cool part with this is that it's not the first one, and they're introducing all these characters that are popular, like in the series, or not the series, but I mean just in the comic universe. And you get their little backstory too, or parts of it. So maybe they can kind of go off. Maybe they can go off and build upon that too.
So do you think there's going to be like a cyborg movie? I mean, like I have no idea.
I don't know if he could support his own movie.
I don't know that
or Aquaman
Cyborg
either.
even deserves it. Like,
Because I always
or
thought
needs
Aquaman
it.
sucked, but I thought
Aquaman
they
movie
sucked.
already is in production.
Only on Entourage.
and he's way cooler in this than in the comics.
Aquaman movie's already been shooting.
It's
In fact,
hard.
They may have wrapped production.
It's hard to watch this though and not think about the Entourage Aquaman movie that was in the works for so
Yeah.
long. But like, I still don't know that I can tell you what Cyborg does. What does he do? Like, he hacks into your computer?
Well, so that was the one.
Is that what it is?
I guess I didn't. They did do it later on, but like, what's the point of even having Alfred when you have a guy that can do everything?
Cyborg does it,
Yeah.
and he's on the scene.
Yeah, he doesn't need blueprints. He has access to everything.
Yeah.
It's like walking around here.
So then, okay, so we're not going to spoil them, but there were a couple of little Easter egg scenes afterward. There's one early on in the credits, and there's one at the absolute end of the credits. Are they worth staying through the credits for? Do they
I'm
enlighten you and get
surprised
you
that
pumped?
Marvel gave him the rights to pull Wolverine in because that's going to be amazing.
Spoiler, don't tell anybody. Okay, so you loved it, and I'm wrong, and that's cool. I'm a girl.
It was pretty awesome. I would definitely see that several more times.
Would you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're not. Your wife's not going with you.
No. After she goes to bed, and then I can watch it.
So we have a glass of wine system. How many glasses of wine would you give it out of 4?
Out of 4, I would say 3 to 3.5.
Okay. I
I'll go
would say
3.5.
2 if you're a completist and need the connective tissue. So thankfully I'm not.
If you're just a dummy and you like superhero stuff, then it's an awesome movie like me.
You guys should do the reverse. It should be reverse glasses of wine. How many glasses of wine do you need to enjoy
Yeah.
this movie?
Oh,
So 0
that is
glass of wine,
bullshit.
it's awesome. 4
Right.
glass of wine.
You liked it though, didn't you?
Matt likes
Yes.
it.
All right, good.
Alright.
Make sure I'm not
It's not
crazy.
terrible.
It's not Wonder Woman.
But how are you not
but it's
smiling
not
the
as,
whole- like,
it's not
just-
as bad as Batman v Superman. I'll
See,
say that.
it gave you everything you wanted for a superhero movie.
No.
Matt Atchney's review will be on What the Flick
Alright.
with Christy Lemire and Alonso
Yeah,
Duralde.
we're gonna talk about
so
that.
make sure to watch that.
And a multitude of places you can read our and watch our reviews. Anyway, cheers to you, my Batman obsessed friend.
Thank you.
Cheers
Finally
to
took
you,
me to a
Matt.
superhero flick.
And there'll be others, and so you're probably gonna see Adam again because I'll bring him when there's the Cyborg
Yes.
movie. It's coming, and the Flash movie, and the Aquaman movie.
And any other Wonder Woman movies, I definitely want to go to.
Definitely. Bye.